Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome to Bronco Wild Outdoors and Extreme Bronco. We come to you every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and obviously Gavin's not here tonight. Who is this? You want to introduce yourself?
Hi. For anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Becky. I'm his better half.
My better half. She's the accountant, the boss, the one that lets me play with all these expensive toys. Which, by the way, I think we have something. We didn't load it in here. We're gonna have to load it when we're live tonight, which ought to be fun. I can see we had to move. If you notice, the back of my computer is normally here. Well, she demanded her demands in order to do this live stream was that it was over here. So if you see me reaching out like this, that's what's going on tonight.
Yep.
So we have some cool stuff. Can everyone hear us? Let's hit the comments here. Let's head on over to the comments. See what you're making me do, like stretching over here.
Go Gadget Arms.
Benjamin Ford, howdy. What's up, All Terrain Nation? Hello.
Hey, guys.
Dirk Connor, how are you? Zombie Salamander, hey. And Blueford, I message you there real quick. So you're going to help me with the comments tonight, right? Because sometimes
I think so, as long as I can read them.
I have I have an apology from last week. So, you know, I'm can butcher the English language once in a while. So we had a nice guest. All right, can you hear us again? Sorry, we're gonna have to. You can't stay on the cord here, sweetheart.
Sorry.
We have a mic issue. You know, everyone that's been watching this, they've seen me chasing these gremlins and this stuff. And I thought it was the splitter. Well, it looks like the mic.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so we're going to take care of that. So hopefully you can hear me.
Work around that.
We're going to work around it. Can I spend some more money this week and get another mic?
Maybe.
Okay. So, yeah, we do have some news, though, with spending money involved. So do you want to tell them or do you want me? I want to make sure everybody. Okay, yeah. So if the audio will go out again tonight, just briefly, we'll take care of it.
Well, and just an FYI. So while everyone's getting snowstorms and blizzards,
yeah,
we are the one little pocket in southeastern Virginia that's getting monsoons, tsunami, rain. Like you would not believe it right now.
Like and 50 mile per hour plus wind gust, and so if the stream dies, just hang out a second. The generator
will be back.
Yeah, this generator will kick on. It takes like 7 seconds to crank, another second for the transfer switches to engage. And by the way, you know, I'm such a Ford guy. Our generator has a 2.5 liter Ford engine in it, a Lima 4-cylinder. Imagine
it does.
So it'll take a few minutes and we'll be right back on with you, but it's likely the lights have flickered tonight on and off. And man, it's kind of crazy here. I wish we would have had a good snowstorm. So they did the equation here in southeastern Virginia. If it was all snow, however they do their math, it would be roughly 20 inches. And with these winds, I mean, you know, it would be Bronco weather.
Oh my gosh. But instead we have a lake.
Yeah. So
on all of our property.
So, you know, All Terrain did a video, well, a live stream, I guess, or maybe it was a video, either one, with the top down in the snow in their Bronco.
That would be fun.
I told Gavin, I said, if we get snow tonight, I promise you, top down live streaming from the Bronco, doing donuts.
Well, we don't have to worry about that one.
So yeah, we're Yeah, Zombie Salamander. It is, you know, Generac in 2000, a long story with this, mid 2000s. I bought the generator and we built this house in 2010. So I kind of had it sitting around. They had an option for Mitsubishi engine or the Ford engine. Of course, I had to do the Ford engine. Anyway, it was bought through Carrier, but it's a Generac 25 kW. So yeah, that sucker kicks on and like, you don't even know
it's a beast.
You don't have an issue. It just purrs like a little Ford Ranger sitting on the side of the house. Because I think that's what the engine was in. But anyway, so possibly this week, no later than next week, our Eruption Green Badlands will be in. We have the build picture. I'm going to try to load that. You're going to make me stretch around here. And well, easy for you to say. Hey, if the camera goes out, do you want to talk to everyone? Look at challenge time. That's right, All Terrain. Yeah, so you've had more fun in your Bronco than I've had in mine. So you're winning. You're winning. If we're going to make this a contest, let's try to do, what do we do? Video file? Yeah, or slides?
No, I think it's slides.
All right. If we mess this up,
Your computer
huh?
down below.
All right. So we're see it when you have a. Oh man, let's see what we have. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, he didn't do this earlier.
I didn't do this earlier. How do we exit
He
out?
failed.
I failed.
No.
Hold on, folks.
Pick the right file. He's getting it. He's getting it. Okay. You have to go to. I think it's documents.
Documents. Hang on, folks. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
Okay, we don't have it. It's not here.
Nope. Top file.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Here we go, folks.
Click
here we go. And where do you think it is?
I don't see it. Scroll all the way down. You did save it there earlier.
Oh,
how about
man.
that? I don't see it. Okay, fail.
All right, we're back. So
fail.
Anyway,
we'll have to upload that in a little bit. But.
Anyway, we'll do that. If you go to the community part of our Bronco Wild Outdoors, you'll see it. I uploaded it tonight. So we have our Eruption Green, Badlands, MIC, Sasquatch, capable front bumper, no toe, Lux, marine grade, 2.7. Man, I'm getting good at saying all that, right?
That's a lot of details.
So who's going to drive that?
That's me, right here. This girl.
So, and here's the thing, before anybody gets mad at me, because I've already had it on Instagram and some other stuff, this Bronco showing up like 11 months before we actually wanted it. And we were prepared for even maybe into 23.
Yeah, it wasn't intended for now by any means.
You know, I've said it probably 10 times at least, but we had a 21 on priority code 99, which means it's an active order, but it was active but idled, right? So they're not going to build it. But it still was an active order. So all you had to do was take it off of priority code 99, and then it could get pulled at any time. The deadline was a Thursday, late October, that you had to go from 21 to 22. Our dealer was, the person that takes care of this at the dealer was off on that Thursday. And so on Wednesday, and it's not her fault at all, it's just the way it worked out. On Wednesday, she moved it from a priority code 99 for a 21, made it an active 22. Well, on Friday, she was going to priority code 99. Well, Thursday, as you know, we got the build date. So that's how all of this stuff happened. And it was for the wrong trim. The next day, we were at least able to change the trim and the color and add some stuff to it. But I was not able to add the modular front bumper or the toe pack. So in late October, it was a legitimate issue that they just could not allow it to be modified on the existing order. We changed the color, the trim, the interior, we went from mid to Lux, all kinds of stuff. So that wasn't bad, was it? But you know, I shocked Becky because I was, you know, guess what? We're ahead of schedule. So
yeah, I mean, mind you, we had just gotten the other one, and hello.
Yeah.
Here comes another.
Yeah, so All Terrain said next week, Gavin and Mom for a smooth show. Yeah, as long as she has a new mic that doesn't come disconnected.
Well, and the thing is, I keep razzing him. You know, what he doesn't know about, he doesn't know about. So Gavin and I will be having some fun.
Yeah, well, it's my channel, so.
Yeah, but what you don't know won't hurt you.
It might be your house and your Bronco and your money and your everything, but it's my YouTube channel. But yeah, no, they would do good. So if I was out and couldn't do it, they would do great. But we'd have to add me on as a guest somewhere. I mean, I would have to. Okay. So what we're gonna what we're gonna do is hold on.
Technical difficulties.
Hold on. Man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what did I hit?
All right, the word. Here we go.
I can't get it. It's gone. Seriously, like I didn't even.
All right, you're good. I can cheer you. Hold on. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Oh, we can hear you. No worries.
Yeah. Okay, we can't hear. Okay. Can you? Sounds good. Sounds good without mic.
Oh, okay, good.
So can you hear us now? Everything sound good. Let me know if you hear us. Good.
Testing. That's
can you
crazy.
Hear us? We good? You good? Okay, so we're just going to talk to ourselves here.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna lose the.
Man, I tell you, these live streams.
Yeah. Well, we
So
were
now
doing
that
great, so I don't know what happened.
now that you experience what I'm experiencing, can I please upgrade my
Yes.
equipment? Yes,
Okay.
I can do it. That is
well,
awesome.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
No, so we have, look, this is a great microphone, right? I mean, a lot of people use them, but apparently we have a little issue
There's
right in there.
a little wiring.
So
problem.
anyway, you know what happened? I know what happened.
What?
No, I know what happened.
Okay. We'll
hand me
figure
that cord right there. Off right here. Hand me this one. So anyway, this is live at its best. I think we have this every week. But anyway, the apology, let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Well, now next week I'll apologize for the audio on this one. Get ready for your headphones here.
Okay.
Because I need to hear what we're talking about. Folks, give us 1 second. We're getting ready to jam this thing back in. And
okay, try again.
Can you hear?
Well, I can hear you now.
All righty then.
Okay,
You can hear us now.
Better. Okay,
So
sorry
anyway,
about that, guys.
welcome to live. Here. Why don't we
I'm not
move
touching anything.
You keep your hope. So anyway, you're worse than Gavin.
I know. He's fidgety.
No, that's all right. Hey, Dirk, thank you very much. Miller's Madness, thank you. Zombie Salamember, thank you so much. Nurse AJ, Bronco 78.
Yeah, that's
This technical
pretty funny.
difficulty sounds planned.
Yeah, I think you're right, Bronco 78.
Yeah, so he has me figured out, right? So last week, what did you say last week? It was the Gavin ate. I blamed Gavin eating all the cookies when we stopped by that bakery. The lady has an Area 51 Bronco Sport, and we stopped by to say hello. And he said, "Yeah, I eat all my kids' cookies too, and blame it on them or something like that." So he's got me figured out. But yeah, no, we're having a good show. So anyway, let's get back to the Badlands. So we told you about the story. It's showing up 11 months early, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not fitting in the budget where it needs to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want anybody to hate me because we are getting it, and we'll see. Maybe we keep this one. Maybe we keep it for a while. Maybe it's for the channel for a little bit. We'll see what happens with it. But man, it's a beautiful color, isn't it?
It is. And I'm not really a green person, but the pictures of this, they're awesome. It's a beautiful color. And
the thing about it is, and of course, there's a wild track that everyone keeps just on Instagram posting that picture today. MIC Eruption Green Wild Track. And, they just took delivery of it. And it's such a popular color. I think that just people are just amazed with it. It's just something new. So we'll see. I mean, it's supposed to be here this week. At least that is the plan. So we got the build picture. What was it? Last Wednesday?
I think so.
Yeah, last Wednesday. And it's in transit. Now, the thing I was able to track my first Bronco from every town the train was in. So either there's a glitch and it's not through the Ford tracker. This is through a third party. This one is like, it's on the down low mission coming in from, I tell you, so I have no idea where the train is. I have no idea. So last time we were on it, I actually timed it almost perfectly when it was going to show up on the train. I have no idea if the train even exists today. So we shall see.
Yeah. I'm excited though.
Yeah, but it's going to be pretty cool. It would be different to be able to. I mean, look, they're essentially the same Bronco without the the tow pack and the bumper. Now the capable front bumper is kind of cool. I think I like the modular bumper on the other one. You haven't really noticed it, have you?
No, I mean I don't. He drives it more than I do. But I'm actually really excited about this one because I'm gonna drive it.
Yeah.
A lot. Like some of my clients are like, "Did you drive the Bronco?" No, I didn't drive the Bronco. So I'm really excited to see how it fits into my life, to see if I would want to have it every day. Because I love my car, and he keeps saying, "Oh, you're going to drive this and you're going to want to sell your car." And I keep telling him, "I don't think so."
So she drives, if you've just tuned in, she has a Range Rover Sport. So it's kind of a hot rod, right?
It's a hot rod. Yeah. It is a hot rod beast.
But the thing about the Bronco is it's just such a cool vehicle.
It is. No, and I'm not doubting that.
Fun to drive. When you're driving down the interstate, unlike the competition, like you can just drive and have fun. You're not constantly worried about, is the next pothole the one that's going to send you to the curb? So it's fun to drive. It's easy to drive. And, let's face it though, I haven't been off-road with mine yet. So we were planning on doing something.
We were supposed to do it yesterday.
However, the winds were gusting pretty strongly. And I don't want to be on the beach with all of that going because,
pelting
sand blowing everywhere and the foam. I think they still have foam this time of the year, don't they? When it churns up like that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't need to get stuck on a beach with the tide coming in. All right. How about that?
Well, the other thing too was that it was yesterday was way cold.
Yeah.
It was wicked cold.
Like 30 degrees.
And
for us,
just
that's cold.
Miserable.
I know.
Just miserable on the beach because if you're on the beach, it's even worse with the wind and everything. So we opted not to do that yesterday.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I mean, we were looking forward to it, but the weather kind of goofed us on that.
All right. So Bronco enough to kind of just, enough to be dangerous. What would you add as far as modifications?
I don't know.
I know. We're back.
Because for me, as an everyday driver,
right,
and thinking about what I do, like I drive to the barn, I drive to clients. So I'm always throwing stuff in the back, saddles and boots and big stuff, carting kids around.
Right.
I don't know right now. I mean, for me, it's not like I need a winch on my bumper every day.
Right.
But for me, we grew up with an Expedition around here. We had it for 17 years. It was awesome. It brought all 3 kids home from the hospital, and we did everything,
including
jumping railroad tracks and donuts and parking lots and whatever. I wasn't afraid to drive over anything.
Private property, by the way.
It was
it was private property. So
but anyways, there was no fear of doing anything, and it held up like a beast. So, but right now I'm pretty calm as far as all that goes, but I do live more of a off-road lifestyle. In other words, taking the kids to the soccer fields, taking them to the ball fields, going to the horse barn. So everything gets dirty. Right. We're always loading it up with equipment and everything. But I think just as it comes, it'll be great for me.
Right. So think about so we have a beach house that we can rent. We haven't signed on the dotted line, but a friend owns it and said, hey, I'll give you a break for a weekend. So we want to try to put something together, and it's 4x4 access only.
Yep.
So it would be hard for the five of us and all of our luggage, even if you did the cargo, I don't know, basket or whatever you call it that hooks into the tow hitch. Mm-hmm. It would be hard for us to take everything with us in one. So that would be, beneficial.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, but that's like a one-time trip thing. That's not something you base owning a second vehicle. You don't do it every day.
Right.
Yeah. So
we don't live there.
Yeah. Right. And, we'll see. I mean, maybe some marketing with, in our real estate business, maybe, they can do sort of that, I don't know, maybe there's a connection there. We can do something kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Maybe if you want to go see that property off the.
I mean, you can totally use it in all applications.
I just think it'd be different. But anyway, so when we get this, it's going to be interesting to see. There's a couple of things we're going to talk about tonight, and it's the B&O sound system. By the way, now I know some of you don't like it, and I'll tell you, I own it. In there's. Driving around, I don't need a stereo system or audio system to make my ears bleed. I just like that good clean sound. And with the soft top, by the way, on the Bronco, it sounds decent to me. I like it. It's got a good, I think, mid-range in there. Now, when you take the top off, you do lose some of that bass. So even with that big woofer in the back, it's still, you lose some of that. So it's not thumping going down the road or anything, but for the type of music that I listen to, and it's not classical, so keep that. It's I like it, right? And So we'll see with the MIC if that's any different. The other thing I want to compare is the soft top and the MIC with road noise.
Yeah, I am interested to see that.
You know,
or to hear that.
I was prepared for like going deaf driving a soft top and the tires. I mean, just everything that I was seeing online. And I'll tell you that it's not bad at all.
No, it's not that bad.
Sasquatch with soft top Badlands is not loud to me at all. Now, you know, we all think
It's all
things,
perspective.
right? It's
though.
all perspective, right?
Well, and the other thing too is it's like driving a convertible.
Right. You're going to,
you're going to have road noise.
There's a little bit of fabric separating you from the outdoors, right? And you know, you're going to get that. So I think, you know, as far as the B&O, so we'll be able to compare the B&O and also road noise, like hand in hand, back and forth. You know, Becky driving, me driving the other, and we'll be able to do that. And you know, maybe some dueling off-road stuff would be cool, right? Yes.
Yeah,
see who's the better off-roader. It's probably
I don't know. I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah. So Nurse AJ said he loves the B&O in a 2020 Escape. So the thing I was watching, Bronco Nation had this the audio video on there, and they were
hip hop and
Bon Jovi. Yeah. How'd you know? What's Gavin's favorite song now?
I don't know. It's the Fortnite song.
No. It's Bon Jovi.
No.
Wanted Dead or Alive.
Is that it?
Because he likes the steel horse I ride part.
Okay.
So he thinks of the Bronco, you know. I'm like, man, you're like too young to be connecting dots like that. So he liked it on here.
Don't forget the gray of the beard.
Less you can hear. Kevin, you're on to something there. You're right. So yeah, every time there's a new gray, like, what do I say? What?
I don't know.
Becky will tell me something now, and so now I can blame it on.
Ignores me.
I can blame it on my age and say, well, you know.
No, I think it's kids. Honestly, I love our kids, but I think they've made me deaf.
No, it's selective hearing on the parents' part. Sorry, I didn't hear you wanted to go to a friend's house, but no, the B&O is fine. But you're right, Bon Jovi, I get it, man. But you know, Billy Idol. So I went through a Billy Idol playlist yesterday,
and there's a new Billy Idol song. In case you haven't heard it, it's awesome.
Billy Idol rocks, man.
He's
I don't
awesome.
care.
After all these years,
you know,
I'm so impressed
with
Billy Idol.
Let me tell you, either Billy Idol does the B&O good or vice versa, but either way,
it's awesome.
It's like the song is called Pumping on Steel or Pumping Steel or something. No, not the one you're talking about. Okay. And I mean,
I haven't heard that.
Gavin said, dang, Dad, you need to turn the bass down a little bit. Huh? That's when we were going to dinner Friday night. So,
gotcha.
Which we had to ride on all the stuff on the road that they were pre-treating the road for the rain. Welcome to Southeastern Virginia. But anyway, so the Bronco, the Badlands, we like is great. There's something else and maybe guys and gals in the comments can help me out. I want to know. The cat. Let the cat play. They've seen the cat before on the live stream.
Oh yeah, she sashayed her way.
Do not come up here tonight. And if you never know, between audio and cats, we've got this excitement on Extreme Bronco Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's a full zoo. Okay.
And the wind is blowing again. So seriously, if the lights go out, it's not technology or this mic right here. It's we'll be back in about 12 or no. Literally 2 minutes. I think it would take us about 2 minutes. But anyway, let's see. Bon Jovi, my first concert. Def Leppard Hysteria concert was my first. So it was 1987.
Kiss and Judas Priest.
It was a Hysteria. Yeah. Anyway, I'm a big Def Leppard fan.
Yeah,
so
it's the Zoo Crew. You're right.
Yeah. What, around here?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh yeah.
David said.
David. Yeah, David knows. Like the cats, the dogs, whatever. But that's the thing about live streams too, is we like a box of chocolates, right?
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, good job. That was quick, man.
I love Forrest Gump.
That, it's what makes live streaming fun, right? It's not, trust me, we're not uptight. So
no,
however,
we're about as far away from uptight.
So yesterday I was over on, was it Bronco 6G? I think it was. And there was another comment about how much they hate the Bronco Sport. Can someone please, and don't hate me for this, but can someone please explain to me why it's such an issue.
There are some
And be
Bronco
nice,
Sport
'cause-
haters.
Yeah,
I hear all the comments, and I'm just flabbergasted that people are so mean.
Yeah, well, what I was saying was I actually drove one. I actually drove one in Townsend, Tennessee, and I had it like this on a rut, and it didn't give up. It kept going. And I know that was one drive, one weekend, one trail, one rut. I know all that, but man, but they drove these on that same trail all day for 3 days. They beat them to death. And at the end of it, all of them were still running, to my knowledge. I mean, so I just don't know why the disconnect. I really don't care. I know it's, I don't own one because I like that bigger one, but I know people who do, and man, they just like it, and they like it says Bronco on it and all that. But yeah, somebody said, well, it sounds like you own a Bronco Sport. Ha 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 ha. So I had to drop the Area 51 Badlands photo and the Eruption Green Badlands. I said, no, ha ha ha. I like them all. I like the Ford Bronco. And I'll tell you something else about business. We talk about business quite a bit. At least I do on some other channels. But the thing is that if you want to sell investors on this new model, it really helps. I know they're built in 2 different plants and they're 2 different vehicles, and one's on the Escape frame and platform, I should say, and the other's on a frame, which is same as Ranger. But look at what it does for that sort of that investor meeting that you sold 108,000 Bronco Sports last year, right? And the full-size Bronco, which some magazine did some story about how Jeep outsold Bronco. They started building the full-size Bronco in June, right? And then, the top stuff. So whatever. Let's see here. Let's go back to overlanding for fun. Bronco, I think the most hate comes from Ford. You're right, but you know how I can look at that? I can look at that as a return on the investment first. What was easy to get done? It's an easier vehicle to build. It is a lower price point. It is not the full-size Bronco at all. I get it. I think if you look at the business side of things, we all, just like EcoBoost, right? We all want horsepower and torque. The government wants a fuel economy or fuel efficiency. And so Ford gave us the EcoBoost. I think if you look at the business side of things, which I can't help, I always default, and I could be totally wrong and have no idea what I'm talking about, which he'll tell you happens from time to time. I just think that it's a return on the investment for the brand. 2 different plants, 2 different investments. I get it, but it's the same brand, whether it looks like it or not. Anyway, that's just my humble opinion. I really don't care. I mean, you know what I like because I have one and one on the way. Anyway, I was just trying to say it just really, it gets some people going, and I had no idea it was still an issue. I thought we'd grown out of that. But anyway, so some of the comments here.
Now Kevin's talking about the Sport is not built the same as the Escape. It has solid components.
No, you're right. And when I say that, I don't want to compare it to an Escape at all. It's a different platform. Johnny over at Johnny's Car Care and Review, he knows that platform inside and out, and he does a really good. He has some good videos on it, by the way. But so that we drove the Badlands in Tennessee. I think the ground clearance was 8.8 inches, I believe it is. And it had some pep, but Gavin will tell you, we actually have a video on this channel.
What? Wait, you drove the
Bronco Sport Badlands, Bronco Sport Badlands.
I gotcha.
And man, that thing,
you had all great things to say about it. The handling,
right?
And
the handling of it,
maneuverability, and everything.
So I know it's not an Escape with a different body. I get it, but I'm just saying it's that sort of that platform. And the Ford Maverick, if I'm not mistaken, is built on the same or similar platform. But I think they're all built in Mexico. But anyway, so we know it's different. Now, look, I don't want to get too far down that rabbit hole. I was just trying to figure out, I thought we'd more worried about allocation and getting our full-size Bronco and stuff like that. So anyway, just an observation. Yeah, see, Bronco Sport is a lot like a little boxy. Yeah, it is. It is my first cons. So let's go back through the comments here. Zombie Salamander, ZZ Top. That would be a great one to see. So Airplane Mike, welcome. Glad you're here.
You're cleaning out the Mustang.
And Overlanding for Fun. I know I mentioned you in the comments. Thanks for being here. I hope to talk to you really soon, by the way. Hey, by the way, we're working on some really cool guests coming up.
Right.
And one of our guests, if all works out with travel is going to a really cool place, and I think that's going to be fun.
It's like an epic adventure.
Like
actually.
epic adventure, and I can't wait. Everything. Either way, we're going to talk to him. He's going to be a guest here in a few weeks. I think we're trying to do. I say a few weeks. It's going to be probably the second week of February or around there. But this trip that he's going on will be one of the most, you said it best, epic adventures in a Ford Bronco. It's out there. TFL took the Sport up a hill, snow covered in mud. And yeah, like for the class of vehicle that it's in, meaning, weight, size, and engine and things like that, it is pretty daggone awesome in my humble opinion. But I don't want anybody to hate me. It's just my opinion. I just had no idea. And if you say anything in its defense, then, you own one. Ha, ha, ha. It's like, dude.
I don't get it.
Whatever.
People are mean.
Anyway. So somebody was mentioning, how the Bronco community, and I said, well, we have a show that comes on every Sunday night on YouTube, a live show, and I have some really, really great people that join us. And I appreciate each and every one of you, by the way. I just think that the Bronco community is more people that like all the Broncos and all the styles and colors. And look, I'm not a gray vehicle fan.
No, we haven't gotten the results on the oil change yet, Airplane Mike.
Yeah, no, we haven't gotten those yet. However, on the grays, the carbonized gray is like kind of growing on me. I think it's a really cool color. So even the full size Broncos, when I look around at different colors, it's like, I didn't like one color in the beginning personally. Hot pepper red is growing on me. I like rapid red. I think it's great. You like rapid red.
I liked rapid red too.
But so what I'm saying is that I just don't have this opinion on something that I don't like it, and that's the end of it. Man, to each his own, right? So anyway, let's get off that. How do you like my vest tonight? So it's been reverse here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our logo. We have these vests, and if all goes well, will the swag store be live next week?
Next week, yeah.
So
we're still working on that.
Yeah, so hopefully our swag store limited. We are limited right now, but we want to do some cool stuff. And with a second Bronco coming, we really need some support. So, and by the way, if you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind, hit like on this live stream tonight. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you know when we go live. And if you don't mind, maybe we could even share the stream. I think it'd be cool. But I really do appreciate each and every one of you being here. The content, I think, Becky's going to force me to take the Bronco out, right, a little more. And when she has her Bronco that hopefully I'll get to drive quite a bit, I have to teach you how to take
about that.
Well, the top and all this other stuff.
Well, yeah, you can teach me that, but
hopefully the content will be more action driven then, because I think the travel will be great.
Me.
I have been for years.
It's gonna have to keep up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep up. So yeah, it's the exact same drivetrain, so you don't have an advantage on me. It'll just be skill and deductible.
Yeah, same engine and everything.
Yeah,
just a few. The hard top is different, and then, like you said, the bumper.
Yeah, airplane Mike. No, I did not. I was like a week and a few days, or was it 2 weeks? I was a while from getting it out, so that's my apologies.
Yeah,
we'll take care of that.
So yeah, Dave, we will drag race each other.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah. Now the Bronco's not the drag racing machine though. Like maybe in the sand or something. I just couldn't bring myself to, I mean, really, 35-inch tires. Really?
You want to? Yeah. Girls just want to have fun.
How about the black car? The 66
no,
Mustang.
But that's just different. Now
we're changing the rules.
Okay, you're comparing apples to oranges. Right. That doesn't work.
So
that's not right.
Yeah, but she probably would win because I joke and say, how long are we from Nag's Head? Yeah,
comment, look how quickly Duane runs away from race.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could have seen the night I took him over the railroad tracks.
You know, it's just
You're
certain
like,
things.
oh my God, what are you doing?
Just-
Hold on.
just when you
the
think-
mom arm.
You know, when you've seen the videos of like Apollo 7 and the stuff's floating in the
Yeah,
capsule,
that's how it was.
saddle, boots.
Look, okay, so the Expedition, and this was the only car that I could really do this on, that if something broke, it wasn't a huge deal. And it was the-
300,000 miles or whatever
It was the oldest one we had. So, let's have some fun. And you can blame it on my mom growing up as a kid. She had this little VW Bug.
By the way, just for accuracy, this was an accident. She didn't know the railroad track was there.
Yeah. mhm.
No, she seriously
Yeah.
didn't know it was there.
So, anyways,
anyway,
every time we went to the barn,
didn't
we
have it
kind of
marked out in the
eased
country.
into it. Yeah. I mean, these are like the tallest railroad tracks ever. But one night when we were getting ready to move my horse, we had to go and load everything. It was like the coldest night of the year. So we had the back of the Expedition packed with saddles and blankets and all the
she
horse
did.
things. And then I think Gavin was the only kid in the car. And on the way home, I was like, hold on. He's like, what are you talking about? Hold on.
No, but
And he's like, oh my gosh. Yep. And then we took the railroad tracks and it was like,
so look at this here, by the way.
Slow motion.
I think it's not going to show up. It's not going to show up because if you can see it, but we are like you can't see it.
that's
It's a
really
glare.
nasty though.
We are right on the edge of the red and yellow and whatever else we have.
Yeah,
So,
someone was mentioning tornado warnings.
yeah.
Earlier.
So we have like this wind, this band of wind that's getting ready to come over us here.
Like they're both horses.
All right. Don't. Lord have mercy. This mic here. Man, we're
Where's the next show?
Folks, I'm so sorry about the audio. We are going to get this fixed this week. Hang in there. Hey, if we have some super chats, we'll be able to. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That was cheesy.
I'm kidding. However, we will be getting a new mic, or at least have it worked on, because Blue Yeti mics are awesome. But apparently something has gone a little AWOL here. So anyway, what were we talking about? We're all across the board tonight.
Or everywhere.
Andy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Look, we are getting closer all the way. Andy, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Hey, and thanks for liking the video the other day. I really, the one that we dropped this week, I think you were the first person to check it out, so I appreciate that. Oh,
Okay.
we're
there we
back. Anyway,
go. Not sure what.
yeah. Yeah, just
I
don't.
think it's
It's this
little
cord, right?
delicate cord.
Yeah, it's a little cord here.
Upgrade.
So anyway, where we were talking about a little bit of everything: railroad tracks,
Racing,
expedition, racing on the
racing.
sand, off road, of course. What else? Anyway, what mods? If you've gotten your Bronco, what mods have you done, or are you going to do first? I keep going back to that storage bin that's in the back. And of course, when you use that, now this is the one that you can get from the Ford website. And it's pretty easy to, airplane mic. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You're awesome. I really do appreciate that. One of the mods using my Ford Pass points I wanted to get was the storage bin. When you use that though, you lose the ability, I told you, to carry the doors
Yeah. you were
on board.
mentioning
But how
that.
many times are we really going to do that? Versus with a soft top, it would be nice, any Bronco really, to have a storage bin with the little compartment.
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep all the small items in there. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I don't know. The storage bin isn't really a deal breaker for
Right.
me. I mean, I'd rather have the wide open space to store things in the back, personally.
Overlanding for fun. He's got the screen protector. I guess you got that and put it on. How do you like it? The only thing I'm worried about is covering something up like that does it ever make it look dull, or does it look like factory, right? Just like PPF, I know it looks great initially, but what happens over time with it, those type things.
Hey, Andy, you're asked for prayers for your family and friends. Definitely. We're sending them your way.
Oh, hold on, man. I didn't see.
friends
I didn't see that. No. Yeah, Andy, absolutely. Definitely. Yeah, sorry, I overlooked that. I'm sorry I didn't see it. I was trying to unmute this mic here. We will definitely say that. Say our prayers.
Yes.
And Airplane Mike, thank you once again.
Just holding my feet to the fire, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. And, okay, good deal. So you can't even tell it's on there. So I'm interested in that because, those screens over a period of time, they will get scratched up.
Yeah, I would be a little nervous.
Yeah.
About that.
And of course, the 12-inch screen, it depends whether you have the 8 or the 12, it doesn't matter. But I mean, the bigger the surface, the more you're going to see anyway, right? And I know with my, I have an OtterBox on my iPhone. I changed the screen protector the other day and I could not believe, because, slowly it gets dull.
Oh, yeah.
So you lose that crispness of it, but you really don't notice it because it didn't happen overnight. When I put this new screen protector on there, it's like, wow, I feel like I have a new phone.
Yeah.
Versus, so we, so we're still rocking the old iPhone here. It's still working. So one of these days I'll get a new one there. Okay. I'm editing a video about it. Okay. Good deal.
Metal door panels.
So overlanding for fun. I'll check that out whenever
are those the door panels that, like, the strips of metal?
Mountains, two door panels.
I don't know the proper terminology for them. They look kind of like the bars, I guess.
No, that wouldn't be the panel.
Else?
Hey, Blueford, elaborate on that. I'm not familiar with that. I've just totally overlooked that. Yeah. Okay. Good deal. So the screen protector is definitely something I'm interested in. I do want to know more about the mountains to metal door panels. That would be awesome. Mm-hmm. You trying to disconnect?
No, I'm very carefully moving the wire so I don't disconnect it.
Let's see, where are we at here? Plus, okay. Did we get all the comments there?
I think so.
So what are your plans for your new Bronco?
First, I'll be so excited to drive it.
Mm-hmm. Can I borrow?
The roads. Oh yeah.
Let's see.
And Gavin will be like the happiest kid in town, dropping him off at school every day.
All the time. Because I've taken him to school and picked him up once, right? Mm-hmm. I think it was once.
Well, maybe once or twice. Not too many times. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, by the way, I'm going back through the comments. Airplane Mike, I see where he said, sorry you were late. You were out cleaning your Mustang, hoping for the Bronco delivery this week. So your Bronco, when was your Bronco built? Man, do you think we'll make it? Like, we're in 42 minutes in this. You think we'll make it 20 more minutes or so?
Yeah. I think you're seeing a trip to Best Buy in your future tomorrow.
Yeah. So shopping's fun for all this technology stuff. Hey, we're getting there, by the way. And I want to thank you in front of everyone for this cool sign right here that you got me, and our live on the air sign over here behind me. Those are pretty cool Christmas gifts. It was pretty easy for you, I guess. Mm-hmm. You're like, hey, I know what to get. I was so
excited.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
You know how hard it was to keep that a secret for like over a month.
So let's get back to Bronco. When we get the Bronco, maybe this week or next week, your Bronco, what, we have to put a little bit of brake in on the engine, right? So what's our first trip? What are we going to do in film? What can we tease? And if you have an idea, where should we go? The beach or the mountains? Which one would be like the best for the best footage?
The beach.
What? It's not, you like the beach because the beach, but it's like cold.
But it's off-roading.
You know how cold the beach is?
Okay, the mountains, unless you're going on a trail, you're driving on the road.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Off-road.
I'm talking about a trail, though.
Okay. Well, maybe on a trail, but I'm talking about the beach. Okay.
Replaces the door. Let's see here. Replaces the door nets. It's a metal storage bin. Got it, Blueford. Okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Center console vault, front end PPF.
Those edge-lit panels are very cool for sure. I'm actually upgrading on the Outer Banks. Doing. Wow, so you're doing the PPF and everything. So I think I finally decided that we're just going to do ceramic coat.
Are we?
That's it. I don't know. PPF is great. The guy at the body shop, and I know the joke is like, well, he paints vehicles, so he don't want you to get it. But yeah, Cliff, if you're watching, thanks. But no, he doesn't. And I trust his judgment. he says even the warranties on them, you're going to beat them up, which is the purpose, right? I mean, or the purpose of them is that you're going to scratch like over time, but I don't plan on doing that heavy off-roading. Now it only takes one branch, as you know.
Yeah, I inadvertently did that.
Yeah, and
it hurts really bad.
Yeah, and this branch wasn't that big. It,
it was bigger than you think.
But it scratched the heck
sounded
out
like
of
the Titanic hitting the iceberg. I'll be honest, it was
so it was that bad.
It was very painful.
So the PPF would have helped you in that case.
Yeah.
And I like the PPF. I can't get over the price of it for the wrapping the entire thing. Yeah. I know you can do just the front, you can do just the sides. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get all that. So maybe on the eruption green, but on the Area 51, I think it's just going to get the ceramic.
Okay.
So we'll see. And then sometimes people do both.
I'm curious because the branch incident, it did scuff the clear coat. It didn't scratch the paint, but it did scratch the clear coat. So we've got a
smudge in there.
We've got to buff it out, which is getting ready to get done here probably this week. But
alterations, Alteration said, sure, MV7 USB microphone podcast. Yeah, I'll check. Yeah, I'll check that out. This bike here has been great, but apparently something.
Yeah, this is the blue.
And there's one thing that we could do, keep this for a backup after we do get a new one, is and I might even try this before, is change the cords.
We've got I think it's the cord. I think it's got a short in it.
So I might change the cord first, maybe, and we'll go from there. We'll see how it happens. But what's the first trip? What should we do? We're in southeastern Virginia. Should we head to the mountains or should we head to the beach, the Outer Banks?
I want to go to the beach.
So, and I would love to take a run down to Florida just for that extended weekend. I know it takes depends on where you're going.
Long haul.
Depends on where you're going, but say Orlando. If you went to Orlando, what was it, 11 hours?
Straight through. I think you could drive it, 11.
So, or 9 for you? Sorry.
No, I can't drive fast anymore. I've exhausted all my ticket remedies.
Yeah. So, Dave over at All Terrain Nation, we were talking tonight. Of course, Gavin and I are going to Supercell East. Yeah. That's a given. But I was asking Becky if she wants to go, and so maybe we could pull that off. That would be fun. Then we could have both of them there if we have them there. So we'll go from there.
Are you going to say hello?
Hi, everybody.
Yep.
He's popping in. Special guest.
Special guest.
Is this my water?
Nope. Yours is downstairs. Okay. All right, man.
All right.
Have fun. Sorry, he's doing a gaming. He's doing some gaming. I guess they have a gaming thing tonight. They're all
tournament.
Yeah, tournament. That's it. Yeah, tournament.
I can win money.
Well, win 60 grand.
Okay.
So anyway,
Sure.
And Zombie Salamander said hello, Gavin.
Dave, Kelly and I should do a live stream.
That would be a good idea.
That would be awesome.
That would be a good idea. Although, last year when we were down there was a little bit of cellular poor.
Oh, in that mountain area.
So when I could call, but when I tried to do a live on Instagram, it was an issue. So we need to work on something there. See, maybe it was the weather because it was overcast, and maybe that has something to do with it.
One of those mobile hotspot things. Like that web cellular.
Well, Dave has all this technology. Dave, hook us up.
Yeah.
Get one of the big community things there.
Go.
So when we were, I'll go back a little bit. When I was building for Extreme Makeover Home Edition, we did a build in Pine Mountain Valley, Georgia. Now this is in a place, Greenville County. If you know where Callaway Gardens is, it's that general area. I can't remember on a map. Southwest of Atlanta, and beautiful country. Like the place was awesome, but they had to bring in and the show's so awesome, by the way, when they scout the property, they're checking cellular service on all the different carriers, making sure that all the people there, the team, has cellular service. So if they don't, they can add support. And that's what they brought in, this company that boosted the service with this great big 18-wheeler, and can't tell you what, they positioned them up on a hill.
They need something.
That show had, if a turtle was to sneeze 6 blocks over, they had a plan to take care of him, right? Everything you could think of. And so that was one of the things there. But down there, that's the only way we could communicate with the outside world was, I say outside world, you literally had to drive a long, long way. And the sheriff down there is kind of famous, I think. Now he's a cool guy too. He was actually a great guy to work around. But anyway, let's get back here.
So Airplane Mike, sounds like you'll be getting your Bronco any day now.
See what Dave said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You'll have your people. Yeah, there we go. And we'll sign it. So Airplane Mike is getting his very soon. See, the dealer told me for Christmas, and it was built in the weight and transport. I haven't heard anything.
It's got to be any day.
Yeah, like it's going to show up. The tracking, I was bragging about how well we did the tracking on our first Bronco.
Yeah,
this
well,
one,
you tracked
this one
it, but it's like then it got stuck in limbo forever.
Well, I found out where it was. So in the Mid-Atlantic region, the trains, Norfolk Southern drops the cargo or the cars in Crewe, Virginia. And what does that mean? Well, it's sort of the southern part of the state, not quite the center of the state.
Nowhere, Virginia,
Farmville,
really. Yeah.
Danville, not Danville, but Farmville, and what's the other place there? Petersburg.
Mm-hmm.
So they load them on trucks. They take them another 30 minutes to Petersburg, and they sit in a storage lot. And then as drivers become available, they haul them to the dealer. So that might mean that when they load it into that lot, it's available the next day, or it might be a week later. And the dealer had no indication when it was going to show up. They came in one morning, and that Bronco and something else was dropped off like 4 a.m.
And it was so funny because the same time that our Bronco was in Crewe, Virginia, I was in Crewe, Virginia, well, on my way to look at a horse, a real four-legged
scratching
horse.
the Range Rover.
Yeah, scratching the Range Rover. Yeah.
And so literally they had to go by the train station.
We went by the train depot and everything.
And we
as
knew
it
when
was sitting there.
And we knew when the train got there. And so she's passing the train. It was just one of those
that was kind of crazy.
Surreal moments.
Unfortunately, the horse didn't work out to be the best dance partner.
Yeah.
So.
The horse
went back. But...
The horse wasn't the real horse, the live horse wasn't a good deal.
Yeah,
but so far the Bronco's been great. And we haven't done anything to the on the performance side of it. I do want to do an oil catch can. It is less needed. I know I get roasted for this. Less needed on a 2.7 because of the dual port injection. More needed on a 2.3 because that's direct injection only. However, it's something I want to do. It matters and it does help. However, I'm still trying to get an answer. Will it void my warranty? So I don't want to recommend someone do it. And so once I get the official answer, it's not going to void anything. I'm going to put one on, right? So, and you're going to help me put on yours too.
Oh, and so Bob, where's Gavin tonight? Well, he just made a quick appearance, but he's gaming. He's being a 10-year-old boy tonight. Yeah.
He's doing a gaming,
like a
competition thing online with a bunch of. So he couldn't do it tonight.
All his buddies,
and I think they have one next Sunday as well. So we'll see. It just depends. And these kids are so good. I guess as you win, you move to the next round, and they've literally been on it like 7 hours, and we do not allow him this much time on it. But this is different, right? This is a rare case for him. And no school tomorrow, so he's good to go. Hey, Bronco 78, where are you? I mean, what part of the area?
Southwest.
I didn't get to my apology I was supposed to mention.
Oh,
what? Last week I had somebody, and I hope I get it right. Andrea. I think it was Andrea. I think it was. And I mispronounced her name, and I'm sorry about that. Dave corrected me. Sometimes I, butcher the English language, and she'll be the first one to tell you it's not intentional. I'm so sorry about that. If I ever pronounce someone's name wrong, I am sorry.
Correct him.
Correct me, because I'm just talking. Sometimes my brain and my mouth are not communicating. Yeah, he can make good money doing that. Kevin, you're right. Some of those kids do it well. And, if he can take that skill and then turn it into something business-wise in the future, and I don't mean a professional gamer, but I mean, that timing, that skill, the anticipation, and life's about anticipation, right? I mean, people say, like a race car driver, when you're going into a corner, or you're not looking in the corner where you're going, you're looking in the corner where you want to go, right? So you're anticipating. And anyway, I try to use those analogies, and it helps. But he's learning a skill that if we just don't allow him to stay just in the gaming thing and use that skill, then who knows? He can make some really good money doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for the tidbit, Altering Nation.
Yeah. No, Dave, I appreciate it. Like I said, I honestly felt bad because I don't like mispronouncing someone's name, but it's happened more than once. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. So thanks for letting me know. He can make good money doing that. It's about 2-3 hours for me. Yep. I'm going through here. Yeah. So Christopher said you could put in a satin or apply a satin PPF and really change the look of that green. So it definitely would be unique. The eruption green, of course, I haven't seen one in person. I have an emerald green Mustang. And so I remember the metal flake in that was medium, right? It wasn't overwhelming. I think the eruption green has a lot of flake in it.
It seems to have that iridescent look to it. So if you look at it in one light, it could be a little goldish orange or something. I really like it. I'm not a big fan of green vehicles, but I really think it's pretty from the pictures.
You better warm up to it because
I'll be driving.
So from an angle, I've seen a few from an angle. It has sort of this yellowish, orangish, greenish kind of a weird. And I think that's what you're
like
talking
a gold
about.
Color.
Yeah, remember the bikes in the
pretty.
70s, how they painted them? They were green and faded into yellow, and then right in between the two, it was that. It was pretty cool, man. I liked it. So anyway, so we'll see how we like that, and upgrades. We'll be doing something to it. Like I said, hopefully we can keep it a long time. If not, it is not the Bronco that we wanted to order because of the toe and the front bumper. So I guess we're just going to find out if we like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those two things aren't huge. I know you can add a toe pack. Have you seen some of the stories? So first of all, when you get the factory toe pack, you get the class 2 hitch, and you get a 7-pin connector and the 4-pin connector. When you do it aftermarket, you buy it aftermarket, at least from Ford, you get the 4-pin. You don't get the 7-pin with it. So in most small trailers, remember the max towing on this is 3,500 pounds. Most of the 7-pins are for trailers with brakes. And I guess brakes can come on any kind of trailer, but typically your trailer brakes are on your heavier trailers that carry more weight. But I guess you could get an aluminum trailer. So you have a low, you have lead, let's just say less live load on the trailer, and then you can carry more weight because max towing is 3,500. So that's, and Bronco Nation did a video where I think Jordan was driving, he had a 2.7 Bronco. I think it was Sasquatch. Maybe it was Sasquatch. Either way, they were towing 2 jet skis on an aluminum trailer. And of course, they were going up and down hills. Instead, it felt like that was a comfortable place for that.
Okay.
So, I don't know what all that weighs, maybe mid 2,500 pound range. I don't know if that was with the trailer or not. So it's pretty interesting. Let's see. Yes.
Sorry, the dog's caught on
Do y'all know the cargo drawer does make that cargo area smaller. So it's a trade-off between the little knick-knack stuff that you'd store, and it takes away from the door storage. It also takes away obviously from, luggage or what. I can imagine that we would I can imagine that we wouldn't carry that much. I mean, we were just talking about going to the Outer Banks to the beach house, driving to the 4x4 access only. It's not like you could drive, the truck or your Range Rover, and I could drive the Bronco.
I think if we were to do something like go for a week, we would have to get one of those little bumper things or the roof rack.
But I was just saying, well, you can't do a roof rack with a soft top.
Right.
So what I was saying was, with the 2 Broncos, it's not an issue. If we just took the soft top, it would definitely be an issue if you added that. So it's a trade-off.
Right.
It's like a lot of
But with the
stuff.
2, it wouldn't be a big deal.
No, it wouldn't be a big deal at all. So, got to drink the water there tonight. I'm not drinking anything exciting. Got to keep. I can't do that. But hey, I appreciate everybody staying with us tonight. We're going to go just a few more minutes. And what else do you want to talk about? Any big news out there that I haven't heard of lately? We're waiting on the Raptor reveal.
Okay.
I know Dave thinks it might be Chicago Auto Show, and that would be like the perfect place for it. I do know that Estevan with the Bronco team at Ford said it's going to be soon, but he couldn't elaborate anymore. So that would be soon, right? Right, a few weeks away. Let's see, the Everglades. I don't know when that's going to show up as far as something you can order. I have no idea. So, the two specialty. I keep hearing about a Heritage. Did I miss something? There's only the Everglades and the Raptor. I think the Heritage is just like the paint, the eruption green.
Oh, really?
Well, I think
I'm not familiar with that.
Like I'm thinking Heritage, with was that boxwood green with a white grill, and it's not even white; it's an off-white grill, off-white top, white wheels, something like that would just be smoking hot. But that would be cool. But the eruption green, I guess. I mean, I don't think of that being as. So we'll see. We'll see what other models come out. Also, Ford's done a lot of information dump, over the last, few months. I mean, rumors of the Raptor coming out and then releasing through Bronco Nation the test videos out in the desert. And of course, you really, you can see it, but they've got the camo wrap on it. But you can see the fenders, you can see the flares, you can hear it. I can't tell. Gavin and I were playing the audio over and over and over and over. It's hard. I can't really tell from the exhaust. If it was a V8, I would be able to tell you. I will tell you though, I played some video of the 2.7 and some other engines. It sounds throaty, like a lot of stroke in the engine. I'm saying 3.0, but who knows? I mean, it sounds pretty good. What you got?
Bronco 78 has a question. Does the tow package on the Bronco include the trailer brake control?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It does. So that's something else you have to have, added. Of course, factory is better than aftermarket as far as the cleanliness and things like that. But there was a video that talks about the 7-pin versus the 4. You're going to get the 4, not the 7. Now, if you go aftermarket, who knows what they'll put in there or can put in there? That's going to be different. But yeah, so the factory is always better. Now, we wouldn't sell a Bronco just for that reason, right? I mean, it's just not that bad. How many times you're going to tow with it? Well, you could tow with the one we have and not the other. I mean, what were the chances that we would tow two trailers?
But for me, I wouldn't tow. The only thing I would want to tow is too heavy. So
the pavement ends now. Nice to see you in the chat. Let's see. Maybe the Raptor release it. That's a very good possibility. The King of the Hammers. So that's coming up here real soon. That's a real possibility. I mean, what
are you talking about? The 3.0?
No, the Raptor.
Oh, gotcha.
When they actually unveil it, and they'll talk about everything in it, then the gearing, the engine, things like that.
You've been mentioning. I thought that was something we talked about before.
What's that?
We're talking about the 3.0 liter.
Yeah.
Engine.
Yeah. No, and I didn't see other streams and stuff out there, but I looked at the 3.0, and I'll tell you why. A 3.0 and a 2.7 is very similar. The major difference is Ford has made a lot more horsepower with the Explorer with the 3.0. The 3.0 is all aluminum. I like the characteristics of the 2.7 because of the CGI block, which the business in, the cylinders, and they call those square cylinders. You'll believe the comment I had. Somebody said they don't have square pistons. No, they don't. But it's square cylinder design block, meaning that it's not the sleeve design like a 2.3, which is nothing wrong with it. It's more of a chunk of steel, right? Like old school blocks, and then they bore it. And there are sleeves put down into that, but you have better cooling, I guess what I'm trying to say. I get off on these rants and everything else.
You're speaking a little too technical.
Yeah. So anyway, the 2.7 with the CGI cast, it's a like cast iron block. It is a really good engine for high horsepower, in my humble opinion. That was pretty good. Opinion. And it also helps with heat, but the 3.0 is a proven engine that they already have ready to go. So there's not R&D. The 2.7, they haven't done anything more than what they've done with the 2.7, right? At least to my knowledge. So it would be some R&D in there. They're not just going to do something and send it out. So I think for time, for money, it's the 3.0. Let's see here. Only wiring controller from the factory. Okay. All right. So Kyle, a good point there. So I misunderstood that. I thought they said the controller, but maybe it was just the wiring for the controller. I do know the 7-pin is factory, and it's not when you buy it aftermarket. The Heritage was probably postponed 2023 because of the painted. Yeah, good point there again. If you're going to do that painted roof style like early Broncos would, you would wait obviously for that, because you wouldn't want to take away. That's a huge part of the design, painting the roof, and you wouldn't want to say, well, it's a Heritage except for. So that's a very, very good point, actually. Let's see, the Heritage probably postponed. Yeah, so Yep. Sorry. Here, I'm going to try to go back through these comments here. Did you catch all those?
I did.
Cool. Let's see. What is that? Oh, we got to get rid of that. Let's see. Thank you. The Raptor. Yep. So the King of Hammers, is anyone watching this going, or do you know someone that's going? That would be.
Where's the King of Hammers?
It's California. Oh, it's like next month.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Can I go? Nope.
Maybe.
All right.
We'll
I can't go. I don't want to go on a plane and fly over there. I'd rather drive, but it's a little late for all that. I'm looking forward to Supercell East, and I can't wait to meet everyone there. There's a lot of people going to be there, and it's going to be fun. So Gavin and I we have something to do out of town, so we're just going to leave the weekend before and do a couple of different things, but we'll be there maybe on Tuesday. I know it starts on Wednesday. I know typically, or at least last year, Tuesday was a media day. Mm-hmm. So
last year, you guys had a great time.
Oh, we had a blast. The weather was horrible, but we made up for it.
It was really bad.
Met some really, really cool people, and got to ride in a Bronco for the first time. That was the biggest thing there, is when you're looking at them at car dealers and online, and when the marketing company did the tour around the dealers, and you could see one, and but you couldn't drive it, and a lot of those were pre-production. You get to ride in one. That is just a different thing. And so it's funny, the day we picked ours up, we were driving home with it. And it was just one of those things. We've talked about it so much. We've waited for it. And when you get it, it truly is a,
now someone's
cool.
Sonia's asking about the Lux package speakers.
Okay. So we have the B&O. We have the B&O audio system. Now, some people you will tell don't like them, and I get it, because maybe they're used to higher quality, or they're really into music and sound and stuff.
For the B&O?
For the B&O. Well, for me, it's great. I mean, it's I was thinking with a soft top you would lose a lot more, and of course with the top down it doesn't sound as there's not as much bass, right? But it's a very clean sound. I think it's like mid-range stuff. And that speaker in the front and the center, you can really hear with that in there. I think that adds a lot versus just the two in the front corners.
Kyle,
what am I missing?
I'm sorry. I loved your comment. The B&O loud is loud enough to cover up the soft top wind noise with Disney princess music.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
I have to laugh with 2 daughters. I get it. They're not young enough for that anymore, but those were the days.
Yeah, I don't the sound. Yeah, I hear you. The sound thing has never really bothered me, though.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know, especially if you came from a car that was really, really quiet.
Right. Yeah.
But
you might have some.
My F-250 has noise in it, and it has some wind noise. I mean, the grill on the thing is like 6 feet tall, but a little tire noise. So maybe that's not why it bothers
Girl
me.
Dad life, yeah. Dwayne's got 2 daughters.
I have 2 daughters. I know.
Commiserate.
Or
not commiserate, but relate.
Relate.
Yeah.
I get it. The two daughters going to Disney was that was great. I wish we could kind of go back to that, because those years went by a little fast. We talk about that once in a while.
It really does.
Another story about the Bronco, like what I call it a memory machine. Mm-hmm. You make some good memories in the Bronco with your family going off road. Let's see here. Bronco 78. I'll be at Supercell East Wednesday through Sunday. Good deal. Well, I look forward to meeting you. It's going to be awesome. And who knows, maybe we can bring her along in her Bronco. Yeah. Maybe in the chats, can everyone show so if you want Becky to go, if you think she should go, help me out here to convince her that it's a worthy trip for you. You'll love it. Hey,
Such a
let me tell you
long
something.
drive,
Pigeon
though.
Forge,
Such a long drive.
Pigeon Forge
Was it
is
10 hours?
something like that.
Ugh.
Pigeon Forge is a great place. So it's like 35 minutes from Townsend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the name of the road, but Gavin and I drove it twice a day. Sometimes, let's see, 4 times a day, right? If you think there and back. We made a couple of trips, but it was look at that. See, they want you to go, Becky.
Overlanding for fun. That's quite a few votes, though.
Yeah. No, but we didn't say you couldn't vote more than
Right,
once.
I know.
So it's the
We
vote.
didn't
So
specify.
yeah.
I'm just not a good road tripper
Hey, Mark.
anymore.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Look, and see, Mark's going to go. So you've got to go. We're all going to be there.
Yeah,
right?
that's
You got to
true.
go.
You're not driving to do. I guess if I'm driving, it is better than riding, but I'm still not used to doing long road trips anymore these days.
You know, the only thing about driving a Jeep that far, it keeps it interesting, right? You just wander, literally wander. You're going to wander and wander. You'll wander if you're going to run off the road. And look, we joke Jeeps all the time like that. You know, everybody has their advantages, but there's nothing like driving a Bronco on the road and then off road. They're just a cool vehicle, in my humble opinion. I've liked the idea of Jeeps, and I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted that, and that's why when Ford came out with the Bronco, I was like, well, that's it. You know, I get to do this now because I didn't want to own one, but I wanted that style of vehicle, if it makes any sense. So we'll see. Okay, look, so overlanding for fun. It's going to be there Friday through Sunday, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I just need to suck it up and go.
Yeah, you just got to go. It's fun. It's fun.
It'll be fun, they said.
Yeah.
Go to Tennessee. It'll be fun.
Because Gavin and I need somebody to work the booth.
Yeah. That's why you want me to go.
No, I'm kidding. No, we want you to go. It'll be fun. No, it'll be fun. There's actually, there's really, from the best I remember, there's no nightlife unless it was some trail riding I didn't know about. No nightlife there. So if you head over to Pigeon Forge, you have, you know, that restaurant that I love, the Local Goat. And then you have all kinds of stuff to do there. So if the weather's warm,
sounds fun. Honestly.
It's great.
I just hope the weather's better because last year you guys had terrible weather.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was good for ducks. That's about it.
It was good for off-roading. I mean, so it was fun when you went in the trails.
Well,
you didn't have a lot of dust and things like that.
But not outside of the vehicle.
And the mud, and you know, you got to experience the Bronco doing the traction. So it wasn't just on dry dirt. Yeah, the rock crawling, the trail turn assist, and not the trail turn. You know, up until that point, we'd only seen trail turn assist in videos in the desert. Like, all right, well, cool. Well, in Townsend, you had maybe it wasn't a 150-foot drop. There was a cliff to our right that you wouldn't want to go down. I don't care if it was 80 feet, 150 feet. You just wouldn't want to go that way because it wouldn't end well. So what happened was about 100 and maybe, 180 would be back. So maybe 160-degree turn to the left. And it changed the elevations. So if you look on my YouTube channel here, where we're at now after the stream, one of my shorts shows that trail turn assist in action, and it shows the Bronco, the Flex, it's just really cool. So Townsend really showed us a lot about the Bronco. You've heard about it, but now you got to ride in it and see it. So it's a cool place, and it'll always be that first Bronco event that I went to. So, you know, and Gavin and I had a great, let's see, I worked, yeah. Yeah, I hear you. And, you know, and I know there's different opinions on the B&O stuff, and I get that. And look, we're all different, right? You know, we like different things. I just think it's okay. I'm not huge in the audio stuff. I do, you know, I just listen to a lot of content during the day. When I'm driving around, try to educate myself. So I listen to a lot of that type stuff. So I don't need, you know, that. I don't know. I just went with it. Also went with it because Gavin and I really wanted the charging ports in the dash. That was helpful for us.
Gotcha.
You didn't have to have them. Sure, you can use adapters and run wires down, and I get it. But, you know, we have the accessory charger in the console. I wanted one in the dash to try to shorten the cords that we have for GoPros and audio and cameras and whatever other type cameras. Yeah. Overlanding for fun. Yeah. Yeah, the Lux package is expensive, and and you could get the 12-inch screen, I think, with was it high package? You
I'm
could
not sure.
upgrade. I
You're
think.
the guru.
I don't know about that. But you can get it in that. I think the high package. You could get it with an upcharge, but we just went Lux and done with it. And yeah, so we'll see. Now I talked a little bit. I can't wait to get the new one to see if the driver's side sun visor clears the rearview mirror. My current Bronco, they hit a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see what's different if the new one doesn't hit. What we got here?
So Monty says he's ordered his 2022 Badlands with a hardtop and Lux package, and you hope to get it by September. And then you've got the B&O also.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with the B&O sound system and ours so far.
Yeah, and if you, like I said, you hear some videos and they tell you it's the worst thing in the world, it's not to me. But like I said, we're all different.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I can't say that I bought the Bronco for it. Now I know you paid for the Lux, so you want the best. I get it. I do understand that argument, but for me, it was a good buy, right? I just, everything I've got about it, I like. And sure, maybe one day we upgrade something there, but right now there's plenty of other projects on that Bronco that we want to cover. I do know, we talked in the very beginning before all of the audio issues, which knock on wood, it's working. We have, let's see, the sales numbers for Jeeps, and I don't have the numbers memorized. That was before the wind almost blew the house down. I was trying to get some stuff ready, but I had to take care of a window with Gavin there. We actually, wind was blowing so hard here, we had water coming in through a window.
It's great.
Yep. So we take care of it, man. We've never had that happen before. So anyway, the sales number for Jeeps were higher than the Bronco, right? But think about the full-size Bronco went into production in June, and they ramped up. I mean, I don't know when officially they call it full production, if they are even at full production. But I think now they're really moving the needle, and they're getting a lot of units out. They did a lot by fixing the dirt mountain Broncos. Now that was the Broncos that were built that had the first generation of the MIC top that Ford opted to go ahead and fix.
And they were just sitting there.
Versus shipping them and have to ship the tops and do it. It made more sense to do it there. So that first 6 months was very challenging. I can't wait to see what the next 6 months are, providing there's no other issues anywhere. I think Ford's really going to throw the numbers down. So people have been waiting and haven't heard any news. I have a feeling that it's going to be very soon for you. And I mean, very soon. Yeah. Let's see. Went with the high package as well. Yep. The high package is fine. So you like the adaptive cruise control. Yeah. There's a lot of the features in there that we haven't even really tried. I mean, the distance in the Bronco only have 2,000 miles on it. What a shame. And that I've had it for how long? 2 months? Almost 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And it sits in the garage. Now, Becky's Bronco, there you go. There's your license plate, is going to sit outside.
It is what it is.
Which with millions of others, eventually hundreds of.
It is what it is.
Tens of thousands right now, but eventually millions. But yeah, so my Bronco's a little bit different. So yours will be used, I think, probably more.
And he purposely parks it in a spot where I can't get it out.
No.
There's a reason behind his plan.
Come on, man.
I'm just
you make me sound terrible.
No, but it is. It's tucked into
it's
this
tucked
one
into the
spot
garage.
into the garage that I
think
refuse to back
overlanding-
it out because I will whack something.
I think Overlanding for Fun had there was a picture or something. If you're here, let me know. I think it was your channel. Maybe I watch so much, but there was just a couple inches of clearance in the garage or wherever he parked it. So that's me on the right-hand side. And part of it's using the camera when I drive in, and I'm just curious.
Well, hey, I can drive forward, but I cannot drive in reverse very well. So, I just try to eliminate all the risk, and I'm not going to scuff it. It's not going to be me.
Yeah, Bronco 78 said he was talking about the wirings on the front. One of his pet peeves having to run it. I just don't like it. I just feel like it's, I don't know. It's the nature of the business that, I want everything just tight, right, right. But anyway, some people will be perfectly okay with that because, just about every time we go somewhere, we have a camera rolling,
Mhm.
right? So, I mean, for us, it's a daily occurrence. For someone else that does it once or twice a year, I get it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Let's see, 12.6, still waiting. Yeah. Man, Mike Max, 12.6 or so. Yeah. And that's the other thing that, I feel bad. I really do. And I don't want anybody to hate me for it, but I feel bad that my second order got pulled. I
Yeah,
really
it was
do.
just a fluke.
Because
Really.
Becky will tell you, I said, we don't have to we really don't need it. We don't have to have it right now because,
we're just sitting on it.
later in the year for you. And I'd rather and it's only one, right? And they build how many a day? 500 a day or 400, 500 a day, whatever they build. And I hope that number's right. I mean, like so far they've built 38,000 or so between June and now. But, I was just didn't want to be that guy. Right. But anyway, it's showing up whether we like it or not. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be we did not do a proper video when I didn't do it, when I picked up the Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, we're going to do the video of driving to the place. And I want to tell you, anyone watching this live or in replay, if you're looking for a dealer to work with, I have to tell you, there's a lot of good dealers out there. You always hear the stories about the ones that are like a little on the unethical side. But there's a lot of great dealers out there. The dealer that I have bought my Broncos from is Wynn Ford. And I have to tell you something, in Virginia, Southeastern Virginia, or even if you're not, they do stuff online. Highly, highly recommend them. Mm-hmm. It's one of the easiest. I was in and out of there in no time. I mean, literally, I signed paperwork. I want to say it was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
35 minutes. We were done. I mean, like great. In and out. So anyway, if you're looking for a dealer to order your Bronco through, I highly recommend them. So that's that. And so what else do you have to talk about before we roll on out of here?
I think that's about it.
So anyone else have any questions for us? So let's go through some of the comments in case we missed. My Bronco's built this past week, waiting. Your Bronco's been built, Yeah, so I'm gone in 60. There's a lot of people been commenting that the Bronco showed up at the dealer and there was no build photo or info being built or in transit. I received an email saying it was in transit. I guess we were billed on January the 5th. I got that email on the 8th. And then the picture was, what's today's date?
The 16th.
16th. So maybe I got the email. I don't know. I got the picture last Wednesday. And I think I got the email saying it was in transit 3 days before that, whatever the dates were. I just remember it by days of the week, not number. But I know a lot of people that the dealer called and said, hey, your Bronco's here, but they haven't had anything communicated by email. So maybe the next call you get's from the dealer. Yeah. See, what do you got there, Becky?
Mike just mentioned that he's getting his antimatter boot.
Yep. I was riding through a world of car lots in Beaufort, Georgia. Yeah, so I did talk to someone that had dealer plates. They were, one of the local small car dealers. They actually bought the Bronco, and for their dealership, they put a high number on it, and they're just driving it every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we because I asked, I was like, hey, did somebody trade it in? And they told me no. We bought it, and we're going to enjoy it until somebody pays what we want for it. Okay, cool. I guess. But there's a lot of people that I think here's what happened. There's some people that I think thought about buying the Bronco, especially the first edition, and then reselling it. But I think other people might have seen, I don't know, that aren't as committed to owning a Bronco. And then they started seeing what some of the numbers were. And then you and I talked, if we don't keep the Bronco, if we sell it, we're not going to lose money on it. I mean, that's a fact. So, who knows? But we didn't buy it to flip. I'll tell you that.
I'm gone in 60. Read his comment.
I work in commercial sales of Ford dealers. Okay, good deal. That's a possibility, because I'll tell you, I don't know if the transport company is responsible for, getting it on the train, even though it's Norfolk Southern, but they sort of manage that and then getting it to the dealer from the truck, because, they have to truck it from the train station. But there is no tracking information, not even third
Yeah.
party. So that would make sense.
Yeah,
That would make a
that
lot of
would.
sense.
Now, and Bronco 78 said he's convinced the dealer allocation is the biggest factor in who gets
I agree.
it. Yeah, because we had heard about a dealership, I don't recall where, but anyways, they had a ton of orders.
They did a really good job, and you know who they are. I don't want to mention them, but they did a really, really good job of marketing the Bronco and getting the word out and being very generous in what they were selling them for.
Mhm.
And they took all these orders in.
And then they got this measly number of
the allocations, right, and it didn't help the next year.
Oh, it's awful.
So it's a little strange, and but I do agree with you. The reason why I think that it is partly commodities is because when our order got pulled before we wanted it to, the next day I was able to change the trim, the color, the interior, and maybe something else on there, but we were not able. And it didn't say that. It basically just said not available. The modular front bumper and the tow pack said not available. Everything else was negotiable, right?
Mhm.
So I think it's some commodity stuff is legit. Early on, I said I didn't think it was any of that because I started seeing mannequins show up with the stuff I was told I couldn't have.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah, and so I know the top was a legitimate issue. No question there. But I do agree with the allocation. Some people are waiting behind. If they're expecting to get 15, let's just say, and they're number 45 on the,
Yeah.
I mean, they're waiting,
Yeah.
and that's
unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Now, Jeffrey Babb, he's asking if you got a copy of your window sticker prior. Didn't you get
I did.
that?
So
vaguely
I didn't
remember
get it.
that.
We didn't get it on this Bronco. It says when you click on retrieve or window sticker, it says not available, try back, even though
Okay.
it says it's in
But you
transport.
did for the first
For the first one
Okay.
that I have it,
thought
I have all that
remembered
documented. Yes. Yep. Yeah. It was pretty interesting to see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
G. Willikers. You
And
placed your
the
order
color-
for Town and Country and probably won't get it until 2024, right?
Yeah.
Because of the allocations.
Well, Mitchell's is they're active, obviously getting them sold. So I don't know what their allocation is. I know that they move a lot of vehicles and they have for a long time. So I have no idea what theirs looks like, but I know that this other dealership, they don't move as many vehicles as Town and Country. So maybe not that long,
Right.
Not unless someone there's told you differently, but
What I'm hoping though too, like in our case, they gave us the worst case scenario. So we were expecting this huge delay, but yet then it went so much faster.
Well, and what
than
happened
what they quoted.
What happened with us is the Bronco Nation video that they did where they had a couple of the guys from Ford. Esteban was one. I can't remember the other gentleman's name. And they said in that live, if you don't have a VIN that day, and I want to say it was in August, it was early August maybe, that if you didn't have a VIN, you were going to be a 22 if you wanted an MIC.
Oh.
And I said, the heck with that. And we changed to a soft top. And the
then we got
very
the
next
build date.
Thursday, I got the build date. And that was just a surreal moment,
Right.
because I was waiting and waiting. Because I thought first day reservation holder, whatever.
Well, when it first happened, it was kind of that first come, first serve deal. So we expected it earlier. But then we kind of lowered our expectations and then we were pleasantly surprised.
Bronco 78 say seeing several big bins on used car lot.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, a lot of those were the dealer mannequins.
Oh, were they?
At least in this area, they had one. Let's see, what did they have? They had an Outer Banks, if you can believe that, and the rest were big bins, and one was Sasquatch in our area. Yep, allocated.
Lots of them.
Allocation number. Got it. So what happened with us is the night of the reveal, it's sort of populated by your geographical location. And when we did these reservations, we ended up with a dealer that's physically close to us, but not the one I wanted to deal with. And so we a couple, 3 weeks later, whenever you could, maybe it was a month later, I had to call Ford, and we transferred those over to the dealer that we wanted to do with as Win, because that's who we wanted to deal with. And it took a little while to get that done, but once they got it done, it was easy sailing. I don't know
Right.
how that number would affect. I don't know how the allocation, if I was given a reservation number, would it just change? I don't see if anything changed from when I was given it. 'Cause I know reservation order is totally different. I get it. One just
Okay.
serves your spot.
So Brandon, you'll be getting yours soon.
Good deal, Brandon. Let's see.
It's exciting.
Yep, got it. Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm personally glad that I didn't give up Sasquatch, because, I mean, it's probably one of the rare few. I'm not going to change the wheels, because I like the wheels on the Sasquatch. I like the 35s. I don't personally have a need to go bigger. I mean,
I like them.
37s are cool, but I think it's a perfect. I don't know. I just like the way it is.
I like them.
Yeah. So we are built. Our Area 51 Bronco is like 6,800 number. So as far as build, we're not in that under 1,000, but I mean, hey, 6,800 is not a bad deal. Let's see. I'm going to 60. Trying to go back some of these here. Yeah, 60 grand.
Some of
That's
the ones
rich.
that we've seen on they were lower model was 80 some thousand, and then another one, was it what we had, or a little bit less
on.
It was in the 90s.
What's that?
The 3 that were on the lot in Newport News.
Oh
the
yeah.
dealership.
Yeah. So there was 2 Badlands, non-Sasquatch, and one was a Big Ben. They sold, I don't know what they sold for, but they were, let's see, one was Cactus Gray, there were 2 Cactus Grays and 1 black, and the Big Ben was black. The 2 Cactus Gray Badlands were listed for 85 and 90. Now, I don't know why the difference between 85 and 90. They both had MIC tops, but it must have been something to do. It must have been something to do with the interior package or something like that. Maybe even the engine. I think one did have a 2.7. Oh, what are you doing there? Oh, Duane dealerships.
Yeah, we've heard about the
Yep.
Bronco stores.
Yeah, so if they invest in that Bronco store there, and there was that illustration, all right, the rendering, that architectural rendering of it, really cool looking thing, and yeah, that's a huge investment. I don't know how many is actually going to do it, but yeah, I guess if that sweetens the deal, then there you go. It's all going to depend on where you are in the country, the labor rates, and
Yep, 30 plus over MSRP. Yep.
yeah, and that's just, I mean, look, I'll tell you right now, if I needed to sell a Bronco for over what I paid for it, I mean, but I don't know. That's one of those subjects there you'd have to have some soul searching over. But dealerships, here's my issue. My issue is not what someone else does with their own vehicle later on. My issue has always been this. It's when you order a Bronco. Now, I mean, I had these issues way back with a Shelby, but when you order a Bronco and you've had a discussion, maybe implied or whatever, that you're paying MSRP, and then your Bronco comes in and then you're told there's a different number, that's what I disagree with.
Yeah,
I love the fact everybody make money and make everyone happy and do all that. And there's a way to negotiate those two things, but that's my issue. That is what really gets me going. And you've seen these stories over and over and over again. I'll tell you the story again about, let's see, agree with the 35s. Yeah, Brandon, like I said, it just suits me, just like the B&O system just suits me well.
I'm going in 60.
Wow.
Where are you located? What part of
the country are you in? Yeah. Excuse me, man. Brandon, I think personally, it's going to depend on how many Broncos are built. So if they're going to build, maybe this year they get 60,000 built, right? Maybe that number's low, but based on last year's numbers, and it's hard because they were ramping up and they had the top issue. But let's just say they built 68,000 this year and maybe 70,000 a year after that. It's just going to depend on how saturated the market becomes. We know there was 120 plus thousand orders, over 190,000 reservations. It's just going to depend on, also trim level, right? Ford has the 7 trims. Well, they did in 21. And I guess in 22, you could say, 8, right? Would that be right? Because you've added 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Raptors, the Raptors, that special. I think the Everglades will be that 7th, and then the Raptors kind of that thing that's floating around. I think it's going to depend. I think maybe some of your, I don't want to call them some of your base models that, some people buy a base to build onto. Some people buy a base because it's what they want. They didn't want all this other stuff, and I get that. But I think that the Broncos with the higher trim package, with more accessories, obviously will hold their value. So it's a good question, and maybe one that I'm not ready to answer. But I would say based on the number that they're building now, they're going to hold their value very well. It's also going to depend on how well they hold up. I think personally the holding up part's not an issue. What do you think?
From what I've seen, they seem pretty rugged.
So I'm going in 60s in San Antonio. So yeah, I'd love to see some pictures of that when they get that going. That's going to be awesome. But yeah, good question, Brandon. I don't think there's some people that buy it and they wonder what's the question that they're asking themselves is, what can I get out of it in 2, 3, 4, 5 years? I see Gavin driving when he's able to drive, when he's old enough to drive. I see him driving our Area 51. Maybe not, the other one. Who knows what that future holds for that one? But so I'm really not worried about that part of it. But I guess some people are.
Yeah,
But I think it'll go for there's so many Jeeps on the road. The other day I was driving a 45-minute drive. I think I counted 20 Jeeps.
Yeah, they're very popular.
It's just like everywhere you look. So even though it's tremendously saturated, and there again, it depends on the Jeep too. I've seen basic, no upgrades sell for really cheap. And then some of the Jeeps out there that's really had a lot of work done to them. They're holding that number. Let's see. Moons Ford in Northern Virginia tried to mark up. Tell him. Yeah.
That's a shame.
That stinks. Let's see. Trying to read something. Yeah, and that's the thing. I did a video. It's on our channel. The 3 questions ended up being 4 because one was a bonus. 3 questions to ask was, what's the price? Are you going to sign a buyer's order saying it's going to be MSRP? Do I have to buy any upgrades? Do I have to do anything? One of the questions was, do you have to use their financing? The only time that would be an issue is if they're charging you for, like if you're bringing cash, right? What's up? You ready to go? If you're bringing cash and you don't want to pay anything extra, and maybe they charge because you're not using the financing. But if you are going to finance it, to me, I know some of the dealers, and this changes where you are, some of the dealers are able to get better rates than your actual local bank.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing. It's just if you're bringing cash, it's kind of like, well, it doesn't fit your buying needs. Mm-hmm. So check out that. Okay. All right. G. Wilkers, I got it now.
Right.
And I think Miss Becky here is getting a little tired of these vehicles, maybe as the chip cars. Yeah. And Kevin, great comment, because it strikes up one thing, and I'll let you go here. So there's a YouTube channel, and I can't remember the name. I promise I'll get it right. It's the Auto Advocate channel, or they go by their initials there. It's a father and son, really cool channel. They did a video where they're predicting actually the amount of new vehicles in 22 is going to go down.
Yeah,
again.
you were talking about that the other day.
And they have a lot of insight, like a lot of knowledge in cars. Just some pretty good analytical stuff. And you have to check. Maybe next week I'll mention those, because I like giving out YouTube channels that we watch.
Yeah.
I've got Becky hooked on Adventures with Purpose, by the way,
Right.
and
what's the
Vice
other-
Grip Garage.
Vice Grip Garage.
Man,
Oh
that
my
guy's
God.
cool.
He's so funny.
Yeah, and like literally better than TV stuff. And
I'm not a mechanically inclined person at all, but I really like his
Yeah,
channel.
that's
I
great.
get sucked in watching.
yeah, so I will share their name. I'll share their name
Yeah, maybe you can
next
put it in
week.
the comments also.
I might add it to the
later.
comments for this, but they have some really good, like technical, sales driven type stuff. And yeah, YAA, that's it. Very good. Thank you. I'm gone in 60. Thank you. I
Thanks
appreciate
for
you.
tuning in.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah. But there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that Becky will tell you. I watch YouTube more than I watch TV, just because TV to me has just become, a train wreck. Not that YouTube can't be. I'll tell you that. I'm just able to really tune into what I'm watching, right?
Right.
So yeah, but we have to do something different. I did mention last week that there was a possible event to put together. I was looking in Bronco clubs in our area, and we have this event that we're trying to put together in sort of the south mid part of Virginia, if that makes any sense. Sort of the center of the state, left or right, and more toward the south. There's an event there for a race car driver that does raise money for this charity and stuff. And I want to really try to put together something there. But I've realized that I don't know if we have a Bronco club that I can find in this
And
area.
we are working on
We
that.
have them, but when I go through the Facebook page, it's not like something I would run something a little more aggressive.
We're working on it.
Yeah. So maybe, who knows, we start something here in Virginia, because I know there's a lot of people have been commenting, especially over on Bronco Nation. Hey, you're going to, go to this car show or hang out or whatever. And so we're going to work on that. Like, I need one more thing to do because I have a lot of projects going.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately they end up being your projects whenever.
You know what?
You want to tell that story real quick?
Whenever he says, "Hey, I have this great idea," I just leave.
Yeah. Hey,
I
Becky.
just
And she runs. You hear the
because I'm
back
like,
door
nope.
close.
Because all of his great ideas somehow end up my projects.
Yeah, I hear you.
About the buyer's order.
Yeah.
Didn't someone say that the buyer's order wasn't a contract per se, and that's how they do that?
I don't know. What's up?
I think,
what happened with that? Oh, let me get rid of that. Oh.
I don't know.
All right, cool. Anyway, we have a comment on the screen here, and I'm not quite sure. That's what I was trying to get rid of.
Okay. So that's a comment that was over here earlier.
Did you start?
I did not do it.
Yeah, you got it. Great. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can go up here. I think, did you hit that stuff?
You covered all of them.
Yep.
I must have hit the button, and that's why it showed up.
All right, there we go. All right, cool. Anyway.
Well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight. And if you're interested in any Bronco Wild Outdoor stuff, maybe next week is the big week. So if our store goes live this week, I will do a little video on it maybe, but then obviously next week.
Yeah.
Just if you want anything with a logo, it's pretty cool. These are the vests are limited quantity, limited production type stuff. We do have some beanies. The book Driven here, if you're interested in this book Driven, it is cool. I think we have the ebook finally being released for this, like 3 years after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes time. It takes time. It's like
I didn't get it. I didn't get to it promptly.
She didn't get to it, but you do great. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And you do a wonderful job. And this week I get to spend some money on some new gear. That is awesome. But yeah, we're about to okay, let's see here. I'm trying to get rid of all the. There we go. I think we got it all. Your auto advocates have a great vid to help with that. Kevin, thank you very much. Yeah, and that's their full name there. That's a really good channel. They have a lot of, just really cool, great insight. A lot of good channels out there. And I probably see a lot of comments tomorrow night over on All Terrain Nations Live. He always has a great show, as you know. Let's see. What if the sign buyer's order? And then, Yeah, you know, Bronco 78, that's a good question. I just think there that it looks bad. The question was, Bronco 78 said, what if you have a assigned buyer's order and then they jack up the price anyway? I think what happens there is when you don't change the terms, you don't change anything about your order, and you have something in writing. I don't know. It depends on your state because I don't think it's a contract or anything like that. And I don't give legal advice because I don't know. I would just say at least you you have a story to tell someone because you know that's just not right. You know, that's all there is to it. And anyway, if you work with a good dealer, that's not going to happen. And some people don't know until after the fact. But there again, we talk about our dealership. We've bought a lot of vehicles from that building.
Yes, we
from the
have,
people
over
in
the
that
years.
building because it did change names at one years ago. We bought a lot of vehicles for our company. And so, but it doesn't, that's not the reason why. Everyone you talk to says they love it. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's see the info provide. And yeah. Yep, definitely. Absolutely, Kevin. That's a good point. Yeah, definitely check them out. And, you know, and you can, in the days of the internet, you can check a lot of stuff out. So everyone, we're out. I appreciate each and every one of you join us tonight. Maybe you'll see Becky a little bit more. Maybe. Can you do this again?
Yeah.
It wasn't painful. It wasn't bad. You did great, by the
No.
way.
Oh,
Keep me on subject.
I try.
See, Gavin and I, we talk about
You
stuff.
meander.
Yeah. But
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe if I chime in next week, I'll have some stories to share about my Bronco.
Yeah, and I wish
Hope so.
I wish that I could share that. Do you want to try to do that again since we're wrapping this up?
You can try.
All right, look, if you see anything crazy on the screen, don't hold it against me. Let's see. Is it here? Your computer.
It's not showing up.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's in documents.
Documents.
Extreme Bronco Live.
Is not.
Click. Expand it. Okay. It's that top one. You must have not.
All right, check this out, everyone. Here we go. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go. Is that it? Oh, you're going to love this one. It's turned the wrong way.
Oh. Okay.
But anyway, you'll get to see it.
Oh shoot! You can't.
I can't turn it on here.
Rats. Are you sure you can't with the little? If you click the little things
right here.
Yeah.
Nope.
Never mind. Okay.
It was a good thought.
Sorry about that. You could go back and
anyway, there it is, pointing to the ground.
Just tilt your head.
Yeah, tilt your head to the left and say, "Wow, it's better." Like maybe if the audio would go out now, it'd be really good viewing, right?
Anyway, sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
It was my fault because, like I said, we had that storm coming in, and quite frankly, I thought we were going to lose power.
I did too.
I literally thought that we were going to have to start this up after the generator.
Well, with the
cranked out.
window leak, it kind of threw us off.
Yeah, so we haven't had rain coming this way with 50 plus mile per hour winds in quite a while, and never from that angle. I think
that
was
crazy.
a weird thing. So we didn't get any snow, but we did get a lot of rain, and
unfortunately,
so fun stuff. But
all right, well,
all right, we're out.
You have a good night.
Hey, and I really appreciate each and every one of you joining us every Sunday night. I look forward to this every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't already, if you're just joining us, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, maybe even right next week, share the stream. You could share it anyway, people watching the replay, and hit the bell icon. That way, when I drop a video, go live. And I think if Gavin and his little buddies do well, he will not be here next Sunday night. But we'll get him back here eventually, right? Yeah, we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Becky will fill in for him. And let's see. Yep. See you guys later, guys and gals.
Have a good week. See ya.
See ya. Bye.